Welcome to another exciting episode of Downtime with D.Brooks. How y'all been? It's been a long time. Kind of been trying to get myself together. Today's segment, what we're going to talk about today, I'm going to talk about my trip, right? So I had this little getaway trip. That was kind of scheduled for me to just kind of get away from just everything, right? We all need that, right? You know, need that from time to time. So, first thing I want to say was what made me just want to get away from everything. So, it was to the point to where like my mind was like just cluttered and I couldn't even functionally like think like on what's the next move. I felt like I was kind of like a programmed robot who was just, serving the needs of others, just waking up and dragging myself out of bed to, go to work. And then when I'm at work, I'm there, but I'm not really like there, but I'm there. You get what I'm saying? So I took it upon myself. It kept hitting me to say, hey, maybe you just need a moment to just kind of go away. Just kind of go away, kind of recuperate yourself, just kind of regroup, kind of focus, regain your focus on what the necessary things for you to regain your focus on. So I said, hey, all right, let's go. So, where did I go? I went to, Houston, Texas, right? I know it's kind of like, why would you go there, right? But I went there because first off, I wasn't trying to go to no airport and I wasn't trying to go nowhere too far. I wasn't trying to do nothing that was like over the top, right? Just something simple. But see, at first, I was going to go to Oklahoma. I was going to rent me out a cabin and I was going to go to Oklahoma. Then the election happened, and now we have a new president. I was like, nah, let me not go to Oklahoma because I don't think they want me in Oklahoma at the moment. Because I knew a lot of people was kind of ticked off about the election. I wasn't. So I said, squash that. Let me not go there. Let me just go somewhere where I'm not too far away from my people, but I'm far enough away. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. So I decided to go out there and said, all right, so let me rent out an Airbnb. And this is my first time renting out an Airbnb because we're going to definitely talk about these Airbnbs, right? So I was like, let me just rent out Airbnb because what I wanted to do, I wanted to bring my equipment. I wanted to bring like my studio equipment, just go out there, get lost in my own world and just create music. That's all I wanted to do. So, and I'm bringing all my stuff, and I went to this Airbnb, and I selected this certain house that was technically supposed to be the entire house, right? Because that's what it said on the description. It said the entire house. Bull. So I get there. First off, I was already like, nah, because this is not what it looked like when you was taking all them nice filtered pictures on the Airbnb. So, yeah. So, went there, looked at it, and started getting a little disgusted about how it was looking. I mean, it wasn't like bad, but it wasn't what it said on the picture, right? So, here we go. So, I get in there, find the key. As soon as I open, the little master lock thing to get the key out, I'm like, all right, cool, maybe it's not that bad. Just, keep it cool, Ron, keep it cool. I shut the door, and behind me, the doorknob is taped up. Like the doorknob that you turn is like taped all the way up. And I thought that was just the weirdest things, right? So that was like sign number one, something going on, right? And so I drop off my luggage and I put maybe like one luggage in because I was trying to check around and see what was going on, right? Looks to me that it was another person on the other side of the unit, right? And I was like, wait a minute, I'm hearing this person move around and all this extra stuff. And so now I'm like, yo, what is going on? This is not what I signed up for. Come to find out, it's 2 units. This other person, whoever it was, got one side and I got one side. And what separates us is the little lock. They have a master lock, a little door. That's the only thing that separates us. But you can hear them on the other side. So I'm highly upset because at this age, if you're going to pay for something, Pay for something that you're gonna enjoy. Pay for something that you're gonna love, right? So I said, you know what? Nah, I was hungry anyway, so I just left. I immediately left. So the only thing I had an opportunity to do was have my music playing probably on my phone and just drop my luggage off. But I was too just ready to dip out. Plus, they had a door in their restroom, a door to outside in their restroom. A door to outside in their restroom. Weird. So I left, and then I get this email from the host, right? Because I'm already upset. I'm already trying to figure out, like, do I need to transfer Airbnbs? But I'm like, man, I ain't got time to do that whole 3 to 5 business days stuff to return my money. So I end up leaving to go get something to eat. Went to Popeyes. You know, I had to give me a chicken sandwich from Popeyes. Don't judge me. That's just what I want. So I end up going to get that Popeye chicken sandwich, but meanwhile, I probably left maybe a good 5 minutes. Then I get an email or a little message on Airbnb from the host. Her name was Wendy. All right, let's just stop right there, right? So she emails me. She said, "Hey, I have a complaint from the other guests saying that you were too loud of music and it was just too loud. All this, right?" So as I'm responding, I'm thinking like to run. I'm responding. First off, that's how I knew it was gonna be bad, because that was the first 2 words that I said. First off, but I stopped. I said, "Hello, Wendy," and I was just discussing to her my disappointments in this Airbnb, and it was too late to kind of really switch at the moment. But anyway, long story short, it was like the worst experience ever. But shout out to Airbnb for having the instant credit. Because within the instant credit, I was able to get my money back from the place that I stayed, and was able to transfer it to another place if I wanted to stay in another place, which I, quickly moved and went to another place. I spent the night there, but it was very uncomfortable. It was just very uncomfortable. I don't recommend it to nobody. And so the first time I gave this person like the bad reviews. I've never given like reviews and all that stuff, but I gave her like 0 ratings, 1-star ratings, all that stuff, just making it horrible. So I ended up finding a new spot. First off, when I'm starting to realize that Houston is kind of like Dallas. Houston has like, I guess you could say like a metroplex. It's the same like Dallas has. We have our different areas like Addison or Mesquite. We have different areas like that, but it's still kind of all together be considered Dallas. We just call it the metroplex. So Houston, first off, Houston is big. Yeah, it is a big big city. But however, it's kind of like how Dallas is. So y'all have a lot of outskirts. So anyway, found the perfect Airbnb. Now I'm Gucci. It's a little apartment. Ducked off. It's kind of like maybe in the medical field. It was Gucci. So no biggie. Get there, check it out. Cool. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I'm happy that I was done with that one night. So I went ahead and got that and started getting situated, started unpacking my stuff and everything. So my whole purpose in coming down there and doing that is because, like I said, I wanted to kind of get away, and I wanted to kind of like find my creative side that just kind of been like laid out somewhere. I don't know. I had to try to find that person. So ended up getting all my stuff there, laid out, and got a chance to really kind of just express myself and kind of just get into the groove of things without like necessarily, needless to say, like responsibilities of doing things, because I'm always up and going just like everybody else, just like every other adult in America. We just going and going and going and going, right? So I had a moment to just kind of sit down, and I had a moment to kind of like just hear, quietness. I didn't have my son. So it was just like, me just being able to kind of regain my focus and regain who I was by being creative in my music, because it's some things that I really, really love doing. So I had an opportunity to do that, and it was really, really going great. So, but here come nighttime. I was already kind of creeped out, because when I got there, all the windows in the room was unlocked. While the windows in the room unlocked. So, I'm black. Nope. Locks everything, immediately locking all the windows up. And I guess I'm not gonna say that part. But anyway, as I locked all it up and it was time for me to kind of go to bed, I took the entire kitchen knives, the whole entire set, and I put it next to me under the under the bed, so I can sleep comfortably. You know, so just in case, because this is my first Airbnb, well, second Airbnb. So, you know, just in case, you know, something goes down, I at least have a fighting chance, you know. So, but other than that, no, I really had a great time. Got a chance to like make some great music that I'm really proud of for myself to this day. So that's kind of really what I did. So, me saying all that was, it took my mental self to really, my mental brain, mental side, my mental, what's the word I can say? What do you call that word? What do you call that word? Dang. I guess my mental guardian angel, right? To say, hey, you need to just go somewhere and just recuperate and regroup. And so that's what I did. So during this whole Thanksgiving break, that's exactly what I did. I returned Thursday morning, early Thursday morning. So all these Houston drivers, I'm gonna say this. I don't go to Houston a lot. I mean, I did as a young kid. I had bad experiences with Houston. If you know me, you know I had like really, really bad experiences in Houston. Bad experiences in Houston. But I've had a good time in Houston, but just some experience that I've experienced. I know it sounds like a contradiction, but I'll tell y'all that story another time. But anyway, I was driving back and I'm minding my business, and all of a sudden I see this big 50-foot, I don't know, 30-foot statue of Sam Houston. I didn't know what to expect, because first off, it kind of creeped me out. Because I mean, come on now, you see just trees, right? It's just nothing but trees at this time. And then out in these trees, you see this big old giant statue that's just out of nowhere. I'm like, what is going on? I started thinking about Iron Giant. I was just like, what is going on? Because it just caught me off guard. But, you know, come find out with Sam Houston. So I was like, okay. So that was the only thing that threw me off, because I was trying to figure out why I didn't see that when I came there. But anyway, so I'm back. I'm here. Thanksgiving was 2 days ago. Thanksgiving was a little different, y'all. I mean, it was very different. Didn't have the entire family over. And it was different. I'm pretty sure it was different for y'all too. But didn't have the entire family over. We was kind of like distanced off. We had a mask on and everything. It was just different, man. It was different, but we was at least trying to be safe for one another. You know what I'm saying? For one another. So hopefully y'all did the same thing, and hopefully in the midst of it all, y'all still enjoyed each other, whether y'all FaceTimed each other, whether y'all Zoomed each other. It is very important, and you know, you have to thank God for those opportunities and those holidays. Some people don't believe in holidays, but you know, it's some good that comes out of the holidays, because it's just a set reminder. It's a set reminder of family. Because you go on Monday through Friday, you go on, you're working, and then the weekends, you really just want to kind of just take a break, sit and relax. So, you know, be thankful for those little holidays, you know, those opportunities that you get to kind of just reconnect or refocus and say, hey, family, how you doing? And catching up and seeing how things have been going, because we know this year has been trying for everybody, right? So, before I get out of here, I'm going to say a couple of things. First off, the Kevin Hart special on Netflix was trash. It was trash. I mean, it just was. I wouldn't watch it again. All right. I think he really gave zero. Yeah. He really just didn't give a fuck, I guess. So, that was pretty trash. But I got a chance to watch the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion. That has to be the top tier reunion that I've ever seen in my life. So you haven't had the chance to subscribe to HBO Max. I'm not getting paid to say this, but I say subscribe to download your HBO Max and subscribe. You know, you got a 7-week free trial, so watch it. And as soon as you're done watching, you cancel your subscription. You know what I'm saying? No shade to HBO Max, but ain't nothing else y'all got on there that I want to watch. But watch the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion, and it was really well thought of, and it was well put out. It was a great opportunity to see the old unveiled, you know, the real unveiled, and to kind of see her little backstory of things and what went down there, and just, you know, it was a sense of healing, because I'm like, y'all, these people been beefing for 30 years. Can you imagine beefing with somebody for 30 years? That's too long. But glory be to God that they were still alive around. They were still alive, and they were still able to kind of just mend those broken hearts and just kind of just forgive each other and have the opportunity for one another to say I'm sorry. So message to you all: don't let 30 years go by and for you to say or apologize or try to right the wrongs for the things that you have done to somebody in the past. Try to get that done as soon as possible, because 2020 is taking everybody from left to right out of here. All right, so that's all I have to say. That's it. I appreciate y'all for coming in. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for listening. This is another episode of Downtime with D.Brooks from the Natural Vibes Podcast. Please remember to click, subscribe, share, comment, like all of our social media platforms. We have Instagram, we got Twitter, we have Facebook, and we have YouTube. So please just share, show us some love. That's all we ask. Appreciate y'all. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Deuces.